Hello, welcome to the PiG Daily. It's ICYFAR, and today we're going to be looking at a bunch of games with no micro. Thank you to everyone who sent your games in for iCast, your freaking awesome replays. Thank you everyone hanging out in Twitch chat. We're all here to have a bit of a good time. This is a pretty casual show. We just enjoy watching a bunch of funny games of all different skill levels and have some fun with it. Before we hop into the first game, announcing next week's topic, it is restriction. Let me read it to make sure I say it completely properly. Basically, at the beginning of the game, you have to announce 5 units of your race which you're not going to build at all during the entire game, and at least one of those units has to be a core unit. And I've listed the core units. It's down in the YouTube description below. It's in Twitch chat as well. And those core units are Zerglings, Roaches, Marines, Marauders, Zealots, Stalkers, and Adepts. So you need to restrict yourself from at least one of those core units and a total of 5 units completely. If you're a real badass, bonus points if you get rid of more than one core unit. If you get rid of like 2 or 3, or even all of the core units, you do some ridiculous, like I'm going to build spine crawlers and swarm hosts and infestors or something stupid. Bonus points. The dumber your strategy, usually the more I enjoy casting it. So guys, thank you very much. Send in your replays to eonblue95@gmail.com, and that should be all good. So let's dive into game. Oh, where's my scene? There it is. Sweet. There we go. Hide that replay time. Hopefully none of you guys saw that. Here we go. Hype. Spawning over here in the bottom right hand side for our no micro challenge. This is the first game today. It is I Love Void Ray. I wonder if he created this account specifically for this challenge and he's just going to A-move a bunch of Void Rays all over the place. If there is one unit that is complained about for being grossly overpowered when massed up and just A-moved in Bronze League and in team games, it is Void Rays. So going to be interesting to see how that goes. Of course, his opponent down here in the bottom left-hand side, our blue Terran player, it is Insomnium. It's got a badass little skull. Demon skull, goat skull thing over there. And he's just going to be going for a barracks gas opening. Went down to that natural, checking for any sneaky proxy gates from his opponent. So this is an interesting challenge, and I'm really not sure how people are going to play this, but I think the most obvious thing to do if you can't micro is to macro really hard, right? It's all about sending your units in at the right time, at the right position, where they'll get the job done on their own. Obviously, you're allowed to A-move. Obviously, you could maybe move them across the map and then A-move. But you're not allowed to kind of individually control those units. Of course, I did say in the topic last week when I was announcing this one, I was like, I'm going to leave this one open to interpretation a bit. Like, I'm always interested to see how people have their own unique and ridiculous way to solve this sort of challenge. So I'm very curious to see which one it is. Now, the majority of the games we get are from ladder, where only one player is actually doing the challenge. So I have no idea if it's I Love Void Ray or Insomnium that is going to be focused on that no micro. Already, we do see Insomnium scout microing. I wouldn't count that as regular micro necessarily. And maybe because it's all queued up ahead of time, it's allowed. Who knows? As long as it's entertaining enough, that's fine. I mean, it's not like this is like responsive micro or anything like that, right? You're just doing circles around your opponent's base. Anyway, looks like an Adept's going to be coming out. I Love Void Ray. Hasn't actually scouted at all. Ooh, this probe's going to go down. That Reaper catches that probe out on its own. It falls apart. That's just like a sadistic bastard killing a Wally right there. If Wally was a horror movie, that's what would happen. Adept's just going to shoo him away. Extra Adept's on the way. Actually hasn't built a mothership core yet or anything, so there's a lot of gas banking up. I Love Void Ray could go for like really fast double Stargate or something crazy like that if he so wanted. Insomnium on the other side has expanded after the barracks and gone up to that factory and a reactor. So, ooh, looks like the factory is actually going to be swapping over as well. This could be that double cyclone pressure opening. This is a really powerful way to pressure a Protoss player. Looks like he will be starting a starport and just a Widow Mine to start things out though. Double Widow Mine, so maybe gonna gear up for a very fast 4 Widow Mine drop or something like that. The Reaper comes back in the natural. Oh my god. These probes are just getting destroyed right now. Another probe goes down. Oh, wow. That's going to be 5. 5 probes have gone down. So, of course, I love Void Ray. Of course, you can move your units to defend your bases. Of course, you can move your units to attack your enemy's bases, but you can't individually pull back units. And I'm pretty sure I Love Void Ray hasn't been pulling back any probes, so I think he must be our no micro player. He's going for +1 attack. He's getting observers out. Meanwhile, Insomnium getting ready over here is going to be getting a Cyclone after that initial Widow Mine. Oh no, did he cancel the first Widow Mine? No, Widow Mine in the mineral line hidden there. Isn't that just so gross? You can just never see that Widow Mine. So many of my oracles have died to this guy right here. In alternate universes, at least. And there's going to be a second reactor crazy early. Oh my god, is this going to be like Liberators and Cyclones and Hellions or something? I don't know what Insomnium's going to do, but it looks scary. There's a second factory on the way, so it looks like it will be a sort of mech play. Already got both gases on the natural mining. Going to be lots of high-tech units coming out. Meanwhile, on the other side of things, +1 ship weapons is already starting for I Love Void Ray. And a Twilight Council going for Resonating Glaives, as well as +1 weapons, but no actual Stargates yet. So maybe preparing for the eventual carrier swap, just kind of chilling out, getting that all set up. No Mothership Core still either. Of course, does using Pylon Overcharge count as micro? Maybe. Maybe he's decided it does, and therefore is not going to build that unit. Third factory's on the way, as well as an armory. And Insomnium's just going full Avillo for now. Oh my god, yesterday I finally indulged in watching an Avillo game, guys. I almost never watch Avillo's stream, but random tangent while both players are just building up. He was playing Jason. I don't know if you guys have seen the great Jason videos where Avillo basically accuses him of stream cheating and hacking like every single game. And it's really funny because like someone made a compilation as well where it's like from Jason's point of view, he's like, you know what, I've got vision here and here, but I don't have vision here, so I should send some units to plug this gap in my vision. Like catches a double drop and Avillo's just there like smashing his keyboard and foaming at the mouth and raging. I got to watch this fantastic game yesterday where it's just really great because normally I'm on the other end of it where I play against Avillo and lots of people come in and like tell me what he's saying and stuff, but I never actually go in and get to watch from his point of view while I'm watching the stream of someone I like while they're playing. It was amazing. It was like 25 minutes of just consecutive, this guy's so bad, oh my god, he's so bad, into I'm losing because it's Belshir Vestige and you just automatically win if you go bio on this map, but I'm still going to play mech every game. It was such great quality. I finally think I fully comprehend why Avillo has so many viewers and why everyone loves the Avillo drama so damn much. That shit is so entertaining. It's just like the absolute denial and stuff. It's like watching those terrible shock jocks like on the radio who just like spout random like racist shit and stuff and you're like, I can't believe this guy's saying this. I think there's just like a mixture of like you either want to get hateful or you just want to watch the train wreck and the drama in progress. So I'm kind of digging it. I feel like we need like a Jerry Springer of StarCraft to take things to the next level and just get people to like actually fight. So I'm going to start a Kickstarter for that, guys. Going to try and get a couple $100,000, get a studio show. We'll have StarCraft fans in the audience like jeering and cheering on. And yeah, it'll be pretty amazing. Everyone will watch. I know you guys will love it. Plasma Shields is on the way. Okay, the first Void Ray is starting. It's happening, guys. It's happening. It's happening. 1 Immortal, 6 Adepts, 5 Stalkers. This army is way out of position, though, for I Love Void Ray. Uh-oh. Here comes the Cyclone Hellbat attack. Oh, it's a multi-prong. He's going to go for the Mothership Core. Pew, 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 pew. Tickle anti-air. Tickle, 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 tickle. Those Hellbats trying to kill a pylon. No, go for the probes. Silly Hellbats. Hellbats maybe could have run in there and killed some probes. Didn't manage to get anything. And actually behind this, I Love Void Ray is taking a 4th base. Okay, I Love Void Ray's macro is on point right now. 68 probes. Starting up a fleet beacon as well. Doesn't have any extra Stargates, but does have +1 ship weapons. +2 is attack is ready to go on that forge. Insomnium here just going to kind of mass up tanks and Hellbats for the moment. Has got 2-1 upgrades as well as +1 ship weapons. And 2 starports as well. One with a tech lab. So this game could go for a long time. More gateways are out here for I Love Void Ray. More gateways here as well. I mean, Insomnium kind of microed that, but didn't micro the Hellbat, so I'm wondering if they're both playing the challenge. I don't think they are. I think it's just I Love Void Ray. I'm not sure just yet, though. More and more gateways coming down. We've got Graviton Catapult. Is this going to be 1 Stargate carry? It's going to be 1 Stargate carry. Plus 2 ship weapons as well. This is just funny. He's like investing so much in the ground army, and it's like, but at the same time, I should go 1 Stargate carrier. By the 23-minute mark, I'll have 4 carriers up. It's like, okay, that'll happen eventually, I guess. I guess with Chrono Boost, it takes about like, what, 75 seconds or something for a carrier to finish building. So it's actually not too bad. We do finally have more Stargates coming down for I Love Void Ray. Of course, not that much interaction between these guys just yet, but they are just both building up, trying to get the absolute best A-movie bashing their head together armies that they possibly can. We've got 2 Tech Lab Starports now. Corvid Reactor, that Raven energy's on the way. More and more Ravens coming out. A Fusion Core just finished up down here. Look at that beautiful, beautiful Fusion Core. Double upgrades still going here. Both guys' upgrade tabs are starting to fill up very quickly. High-sec auto tracking has already been completed. We've got building armor on the way as well. Hellions are going to come up here for a bit of a counterattack. Now, this has just been A-moved by Insomnium. Is he going to micro it onto the probes? Oh, yes, he is. He's going to micro it. Okay. Yeah, that's micro. I know micro when I see it. You're not playing the challenge. Disqualified. Insomnium is disqualified. I Love Void Ray, though. That was an A-move for show. That was definitely an A-move. I Love Void Ray. Going to be getting a Storm. Going to be getting some Plasma Shield. Building more carriers in the main base. A little bit supply blocked. Well, pretty much maxed out anyway. That's such a sick economy. Holy shitballs. So the question is, does this Terran army beat this Protoss army? I don't think the Terran army is ready just yet. Look at the supply differential. Insomnium's at 140 supply versus 200. He's got like half the army supply. The charge lots alone are going to cause massive problems. There's just not enough Widow Mines and Hellbats in here. And, oh man, 1 Void Ray does go down, but here comes the army. The only chance of Insomnium is to catch this army sort of like spread out, and it is kind of spreading out a little bit. A few decent Widow Mine shots go off, but they're not incredible. All the Hellbats are gone, but this section of the army is getting shut down. That Planetary Fortress is going down. Insomnium didn't manage to get the repair down. These charge lots just tear it apart. A lot of Interceptors do go down, but they are just being rebuilt almost as quickly as they do fall. And how the hell is Insomnium going to hang on against this? Look at this A-move from I Love Void Ray. He's just 0 micro. He's not allowed to target fire. He's not allowed to spread. He has to just A-move. And he is making it work in spectacular fashion. If there's one army you're not too annoyed at having to A-move against, it probably is just a mech army that's half the size of your own one. Auto turrets coming down do a decent amount of damage, but at the end of the day, it looks like these 2-2, or 2-0-2 I should say, charge lots are just going to overwhelm. Insomnium's going to have to land these Vikings, going to try and do some like last defense here, get out their little Gatling guns. They are getting wrecked. I Love Void Ray. Overwhelmed. Super hard. Insomnium says Zealot, smiley face, maybe being just a tiny little bit salty about the A-move no-skill unit of the opposing race. Of course, everyone loves a little bit of a no-skill unit. People love to get their salty tears out, collect them all in a vial, and toss them at their opponents after the game. I am having to load up the next replay, guys, and it's in one of the older versions of the patch. So while we do that, I feel like I should have some really good stories to tell you guys, but I'm trying to think of all the ridiculous shit that I've seen recently. Oh my god, Jesus Christ! Okay. I probably shouldn't talk about that stuff until I found an actual funny website to show you. My friend told me a rather messed up story about some personal tightening products, but I've got to find the website before I can actually show you guys just how incredible some of the things people sell on the internet are. I really want to start like a YouTube series where it's like disgusting and random shit people on the internet sell that's probably completely unethical. And one of those maybe that way. Kings of the Sheeps will answer a Twitch chat question. He says, Pig, why are carriers so OP? And what is Zerg's answer to late game carriers? One of the big things, you know, about StarCraft is it's like a real tempo focused game. Super tempo focused. It's all about controlling the map and securing expansions. So there really aren't all that many things which just like automatically win you the game. No, hide. I gotta remember to hide that replay time. Sorry guys. I think it pops up anyway because I've got I've got to hop into an old version of the game to load up these replays. But anyway, yeah, carriers are very difficult to beat. I really liked a cute answer which Snoot did where he used Hydra Ultra Fungal. And because Ultras have such high armor and take very low damage from carriers, they would be in the front. The carriers would automatically start attacking them. And as the interceptors clump up, he would fungal them and then just snipe them down. So that was one cool way to do it. But you've got to build like so many spore crawlers across the map as well. It's something which takes forever to actually, you know, whittle your opponent down. It's a little bit uncomfortable, a little bit awkward. Usually in StarCraft, you never want to just say, I want to figure out the most defensive ultimate army. If you watch like a lot of Avillo's stream, you might start to think that's what StarCraft's about and that he's actually a god of the game who just doesn't win that many games. But really, StarCraft is about securing advantages when you can. So carriers are all about not letting your opponent get up to a massive carriers. Not that carriers really did anything in that last game. That was all about the charge lots, the immortals, the stalkers, and just the overwhelming numbers on the ground. But yeah, it's generally about, you know, don't let your opponent just get up to this ultimate maxed out army. Certain races are favored in the ultimate late game, Protoss being one of them. So hopefully that answers your question. But look, guys, let's dive into game number 2 of No Micro. Spawning down here in the bottom right hand side, our Zerg player, it is Drop Database. And he's gone for a very fast gas and pool getting Zergling speed and is sending 6 Zerglings across the map. The question is, will he micro these lings or not? Meanwhile, on the other side of things, we've got HPP Elmar, our Terran player, who does have a Marine out, is going for a classic 1-Rax gasless expand, maybe even saving for a 3rd CC, and is not going to be ready for these Zerglings at all, especially if he's unable to micro. That's going to be terrible. These Zerglings have been focus fired, I believe. Yeah, that's micro right there. It looks like Drop Database, I don't think, is playing the challenge. Mar, on the other hand, well, they're both microing, so okay, I mean, I can forgive it. You're dealing with a rush. I said use your own judgment. Does pull SCVs nicely. They will defend this. And it looks like the Zergling rush is held, but not before that command center is delayed by a lot and 3 workers are killed. Mar in a lot of trouble and not sending an SCV down to the natural yet. And going for mass barracks. Gonna go for a count. You early pulled me. I'm gonna mass barracks and kill you, bitch. But first, you got to finish the command center, bro. Finally, an SCV heading down there. Mar there, suffering a big disruption from Drop Database's build. Drop Database on the other side of the map is building a Baneling nest now. Still on piss all drones. 17 workers. Not a lot of economy at all. Does have a natural up, but is making a Baneling nest. So what we're going to see is this bizarre 1-base Speedling Baneling up against a billion Marines. Off, 2-base Zergling Baneling, but really with only 1 base of economy, 17 workers, versus a 2-base Terran that's just going to have a shit ton of Marines. The thing is, if the Terran doesn't spread his Marines, there's literally no way to hold on. There's like no way at all. This is like the nightmare position. If Mar is the one who's trying to fulfill the challenge right now, this is just like, how bad can your luck get? Like, how do you possibly win this? You've got to just have your units sort of like generally spread out ahead of time. This is going to be really hard. So many Marines are coming out though. The production is way better. 5 Marines at a time. And this is a big Baneling attack, but there aren't actually a lot of Zerglings behind it. And the Marines actually gun down most of those Banelings. Only 4 Marines go down for about 6 Banelings. Ma is actually holding. Holy shit. That Baneling does get a big detonation, but there's more and more Marines coming out. And the attack is held. The attack is hold. He hold the door, guys. Mar is actually up in workers right now. He's adding a bunker at the front. Actually, a great hold. Drop Database, trying to add a second gas and drone on up here, but I think Mar is looking super comfortable now. So after that hold, Mar's just going to keep building Marines. The question is, does Mar just mass Marines non-stop, or does he actually try and get gas and get stim and all that sort of stuff? Smiderino said, hey Pig, can we send in replays for you to cast every single week? There's a new challenge, so you guys can send in replays. The link is right there in chat. And then it's also down below the YouTube video if you're watching there. Check it. Check it, check it, check it. So yeah, send in replays for next week's challenge following the restriction challenge. Of course, we're casting the no micro replays from the previous week. And it looks like more and more barracks coming out. Okay, Mar, I love you. This is how you play a no micro challenge, guys. You say, you know what? Stim really relies on you being able to micro your units. I'm just going to have more stuff. I'm going to focus on spending my money really well. So this is actually a fantastic way to solve the problem of how do I play with no micro. Mar's just gone and he's playing Filter's challenge of let's just play pure Marines and SCVs, build up a giant number, and then go mess with my opponent. Already going to move across. Going to leave 8 Marines at home in bunkers. Is going to move out. Oh my god, there's a big Ling Bane attack there. No micro. Turns out Baneling's not too bad against Marines if the Marines don't micro at all. Those Banelings, though, only get a couple Marines in a bunker. So the ramp does hold strong for Mar. And Mar is still up in work as well as dropping mules. The income differential is insane. So the problem here for Drop Database is he needs to be way more efficient if he actually wants to break through. He needs to actually like go in with the Banelings and surround with the Zerglings and then get on top of the production of Mar, because Mar is building so many more barracks. Holy shit. Going up to a grand total of 10 barracks. Going to be building 10 Marines at a time soon enough. Already building 7. And they're just popping out so damn quickly. Right now though, Mar's Marines are super clumped. So they are a good target for those Banelings. If the Zerglings kind of go in front and buffer them, there is a chance he's going to overwhelm everything. Drop Database goes in front with the Zerglings this time. Oh, but the Marines were already getting in the bunkers, so they kind of accidentally spread simply through hopping inside the bunkers. And it looks like the Banelings are going to get in the mineral line. One big hit there. The SCVs did pull off the line. Mar does then do an A move, being very conscious to not micro those SCVs too much. And is just going to keep powering out more and more Marines. And behind this, there's no more drones coming out. There's no third hatch. Drop Database is just stuck on trying to crash through the wall. And Mara's holding on super well. Third orbital is on the way. Third hatchery only just starting. 8, 9, 10 barracks all finished. And it's just all about that rally. That rally of Marines, guys. More Zerglings are out front here. The Marines are coming out. They're not really in a tight ball, so they're actually going to really struggle to take on these Zerglings. But the Zerglings try to run past, and it looks like they will turn around. This is the most awkward engagement ever. These Marines do end up getting surrounded. A very nice trade there for Drop Database. More and more Marines are coming out. Mar just A-moving this like rally of Marines across the map. Of course, the pre-spread column is good against Banelings, but it's allowing the Zerglings to get good surface area. Finally, those Marines start to group up. Those Zerglings get pushed back. There is a lair on the way, but still no Baneling speed, still no upgrades for either side. And the Marine rally is now starting to bear down on top of the Zerg. Drop Database is trying to get some more Banelings up. These Marines might actually get on top of those before they finish morphing. There's still another 7 seconds to go. The Zerglings can't engage that on their own. All the Zerglings get torn apart. They do almost nothing. The Banelings, though, they're going to finish. They're going to finish. They're going down. Every single Baneling falls. And it looks like Mar, with just mass unupgraded Marines, is going to come through. Managed to make the no micro challenge work here. An endless stream of Marines is coming out across that map. Another 5 barracks are going down. The amount of production is just insane. More Banelings are trying desperately to morph. I don't know. I think they're going to be able to hold this wave. It looks like, there we go. Those Marines do go down. Marines are on top of the third base as well, though. Drop Database is desperate to try and hold on to these Zerglings, going in a little bit too far ahead of the Banelings. The Banelings get in on top of those Marines. They do take them out. But the Marine rally is not ending anytime soon. Drop Database is trying to get Evo Chambers, thinking he's held the attack. Oh my god! Cancels the Evo Chambers. Okay, he realizes he doesn't have time to get that up. I feel like we're going to see some really salty comments out of our Zerg player, guys. I know I would be salty as all hell if someone just killed me at the 9-minute mark with only unupgraded Marines. Mar just continuing to A move. Remember, no spreads, no micro is allowed from our red Terran. The Zerg control just isn't quite good enough. Drop database is going to be continuing to A move. Intercepts the rally over here, but the third base dies at the same time. Banelings get a couple of nice detonations, but there's just so many more Marines working their way across this map. Drop database realizes it is over, taps on out. GG, and it looks like Mar takes the win there. Playing to the challenge very well. Always good to see. And just gonna have to log back into my client quickly while we do that. The best way to kill Banelings is to get them to run into your face. That's true. I was hanging out with an Archon at the bar the other week, showing me this big dent in his plasma shield. And yeah, I was like, whoa, what happened there, man? He was like, dude, I had all these sentries behind me, and there was like all these Banelings, and I was like, oh my god, how can I save these sentries? And I was like, I know. And then I just like ran up and I hugged all the Banelings, and they all exploded. And you know, like, these plasma shields regenerate, but those sentries would have been dead, man. They would have been dead. And that's what I say while randomly trying to fill time while getting the replay open. I'm logged back in, getting to the third replay now. Please be a current version. Please be a current version. Come on. Okay, it's just going to take a second to load up the previous patch very quickly. Should be cool. So did anyone watch a Dong Wars the other night, by the way? I still think the base trade guys win the best name for a tournament show match thingamajig ever. I think that was kind of amazing. What?